Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to the Red Card. I am Nikita, and like I have been telling you for past some time, these are very crucial times. Uh, I'm today using a different headset because I did receive a comment and then I did play back my previous video and realized in the live there was some kind of a background hum or something to that effect. I'm going to retry a mini video to see if it's fixed on its own or if it's still creating an issue. But if there is any issue with the audio, I do apologize. I do intend to invest in a good microphone this time, and it will not be one of these earphone thingies. So thank you for bearing with me and the bad audio if it has been bothering you. Um, Now uh, this may not resonate with all of you right now, but I suggest that you still listen in because for those who, like I have been telling, the union, no matter what shape and form it will take for you and your twin, uh, there is a certain wave that are coming together and they do have a larger mission on Earth, Mother Gaia, to assist with the ascension, to bring in new paradigms, new templates, new structures of relationship, and a lot of that. You all know we are healing not only our past lives and other timeline issues, our core wounds, but also that of our family, lineage, ancestral, be it curses, be it negative patterns, be it patriarchy. In that sense, last video or the one before that, I spoke about sexual trauma, uh, sexual longing, a lot of where the feminine has been suppressed by the patriarchal mindset, be it using religion or be it using superstition, be it using anything to keep her natural, intuitive, natural healer self, her natural empowered self suppressed. And when the religion, the governments, whoever has been doing it down the centuries, end of the day, they were also targeting your masculine by controlling you, by telling them not to give you certain things, that oh, emotions are useless, and oh, you are tied to your mother's apron strings, oh, you are always under your wife's skirt, and you are henpecked. Anytime if they were wanting to show emotions or concern or compassion, uh, they were told it's not manly enough. A man should have multiple conquests, and that it's all right for him to be callous, and that he should be focusing on money. And essentially, they created these robots for themselves who were just the worker bees to serve those in the cabal who are heading the matrix, all that, whatever. Coming back to us, those of us who are now, who have been doing the inner work and all of that. Now, some of you aren't, and you're expecting to see the results. I'm sorry, but if you are carrying within you anger, resentment, you have not yet understood what this journey has been all about. If you're still looking for the 3D form and structure of a relationship, you still need to do a lot more work. But for some of you, maybe just a handful of you, uh, the last few weeks you've been seeing a transition happen. You have purged again, yes. You've gone through mini dark night of the souls yet again. It might have lasted just 1 hour, but you've gone through that again. You have been feeling pregnant, especially if you're a way shower. if you are away sure in any aspect, Vibha, I might be speaking to you, where you are teaching people and helping them with inner child and inner, healing of inner child. Uh, it could be any of the wonderful other readers out there who are also twin flame coaches, who are yoga coaches, who are grid workers, and you have been asked to withdraw. If you have noticed, quite a few genuine, authentic uh, twin flame coaches seem to have shut down their channel or not posted for quite some time. And what has been happening is they have been going through a gestation period. And yes, it feels almost like a real pregnancy, to the point of putting on weight. Now, weight is also put on for different reasons, to anchor in the intense ascension energies that are coming through, to shield you, to help you cope with certain things. It could just be an emotional response to whatever you have been going through. So, I'm sorry this is awkward, but today, because there's very little reading I'll be doing, I thought I'll just uh, turn the camera to face me. So, with that, a lot of the way showers uh, have been going through a sense of withdrawing. They have been anchoring a lot of intense energies, so they have been feeling very pressured, very exhausted. Some of them might even be feeling ill, because by now most of us don't fall ill. There might be a couple of days of feeling a little under the weather or too fatigued, or you just know that now I need to not talk to anyone, just clear my energies, need to regroup my energies, I need to just chill for some time, I need to connect. Meditation might be very hard for a lot of you at this time, because anyway there's constant downloads, constant connection with the divine is anyway there. But please do try to clear and shield your energies and those of your loved ones, your home. There's a lot of interference for a lot of people. We'll not get into that right now. So if there has been weight gain for any of the various reasons, just calm down. Your diet might be changing. You might be craving on different days different things. I've talked about this a lot of times, but I'm just reminding you again that, is it just the temptation, is it just here, or is it staying? Okay, supposing you want to have junk food, or some kind of oily, greasy. If you have turned vegetarian or vegan and now suddenly you're craving red meat, okay, I'm not saying that's the only way to ground yourself or to boost your energy, but what I'm saying is your body is not misguiding you at this time. Limit your portions, but see how that helps you, in what way does it help you, and then you can use affirmations or any other tools that you have to get the same result. But apart from your diet, you might be feeling a huge fatigue, exhaustion in your physical body, because there'll be nights when you'll not have slept, or even if you do get to sleep, it will be interrupted. You'll wake up feeling like you have been working a lot, which you are, in other dimensions, in parallel lives. You may be seeing a lot of dreams but not being able to recollect your dreams, and that is because you have been working on a dimension you're not supposed to remember what happened there. For those who are coming in close to the union, even if you are not, even if you are still in separation, by now there should be, even if it's in bits and spurts and very non-twin flamey, very regular conversations, communication, by now there should have been an establishment of communication, or it is going to be real soon in the next couple of months. And what will take you aback about this is, it will feel very different. You might have expected grand gestures, you might have expected passionate reunion, but it is almost going to be the opposite of that. It's going to be like you're meeting for the first time, and the first time the intense connection that happened was the trailer. You were at the highest vibration, it was just to show you. Now it is more about actually getting to know each other, taking it slow. The minute the red flag comes, to address it within yourself. You have to keep remembering that anything that you seem to see in your twin, you have to go in and ask yourself, in which aspect of my life, you may not be mirroring them exactly in that very way, in that very aspect, but in which aspect am I like this? So if I say my twin is inconsistent, I have to check in which aspect of my life I'm being inconsistent, and you'll always find that the minute you start getting consistent in that region, your twin will get consistent with you. Of course, there are sometimes their own issues which they are working through, but that you will know. You will, by now, you should be able to distinguish between your emotions. You're laughing, you're having fun, and suddenly this heaviness comes to you. You know it is theirs, and you should just gently push it back to them and say, you're capable of handling your own shit. You can pray for them. I always pray to Archangel Michael and Gabriel, to Raguel, to Jamul, to Angus, to Mother Isis, to Lord Shiva, whoever you feel is kind of mentoring you on your twin flame journey. Pray to them. Uh, I would avoid, anyway, I don't want to upset anybody, but just ask for them to help your twin with his purging, learning, clearing, and the more you are becoming stable within yourself, they are going to start calming down. And once they are calm, even if they have been running from the equation, they will have to pause and accept, because right now, in this wave that I'm talking to, the masculines know about this connection. They might not know the label unless you have told them, or they researched, or they are in touch with someone like me. They might not know the label, but they know there is something unique. This is something that's unbreakable. They have tried everything from overworking to over drinking to partying. Some have even tried having affairs and everything to get over you, and they are realizing nothing works. And this doesn't go away. This connection is way too strong, and they are not yet fully wanting it. It creates a lot of confusion in their life. You've seen in the previous reading, they're afraid of losing their finances, they're afraid of losing their social standing, they're afraid of losing all that they have put in all these years and time and effort into building, creating their friend circle. What will people think? What will they say? All of that. So they're still, when they come in this time, it will be very subtle. It will be like a friend, not even your best friend. But it's like this time when you come in together, and if this one of them is you and one of them is your twin, and you are facing opposite to each other, and then you have come closer energetically with the mergings, meldings, and your inner work. Now slowly you are turning to face each other, and both of you will be tempted at different times to run for different reasons. But that's where you have to stay. It's like hold your fire, hold your fire, hold your fire. You have to stay. You may be tempted to bring up the past, to, that's why it's very important to release all resentment, anger, grudges, because otherwise you'll mess this phase up where you have to look and face each other. I'm not talking physically, I hope you know it. And it will be like after that, you're going to kind of be standing next to each other, side by side, and continue with your regular life. So it's not going to feel all passionate and amazing and all of that, and you'll be wondering what just happened. But you'll know the difference, the shift that starts happening, because there'll be a peace. Not a peace they are bringing, they are here, so you're feeling peaceful. You'll, that heaviness, that weird pull and tug that you have been feeling for past few months, years, while in separation, while the runner chaser was going on, suddenly it's like it's gone. And this Saturn retrograde has assisted a lot of us in clearing a lot of past issues, hurts, learn our lessons where we have been blind to our faults, to see ourselves exactly as we are without hiding, without judging, without wanting to be something other than what we are. Because when we want to be something other than what we are, we wish our twin to be something other than what they are, and nobody is accepting anything. And the point is to come into complete inner union and acceptance, even of a shadow aspect, yes, of our ego aspects, not justify it, not nullify it, not vilify it, none of that. Lovingly, when you give birth to a child who is autistic, who is flunking in your favorite subject, someone who is terrible in sport, you don't keep wishing that child to be other than. Some parents do. But as a parent, you're supposed to love them, encourage them, find their strength and focus on that. Not wish them otherwise or wish to replace them. You are denying yourself when you wish to replace your twin. Wish them to be other than. When you wish you looked different, felt different, acted different, had different set of talents, you have been it all. So all you have to do is tap into that energy and invite it in, right? You have been a man, you have been a woman, you have been a mother, you have been a millionaire, you have been a pauper, you have been a king, you have been uh, a nun, you have been the sexy whatever siren. You just have to bring it and activate it within yourself. Um, and the sooner you learn to love and accept yourself, guess what? Your twin will mirror back to you, because you're all the time mirroring each other as well. In some aspects, you're polar opposites, which you have to bring into balance. All right. So, for example, a lot of feminines, what they'll be feeling is a deep desire for a certain kind of sexual fulfillment. Okay. And when you are in your sacral, your masculine is going to be in his materialistic money, career, that zone. Okay. If you rise up, he can come into that energy. I'm not saying manipulate his energy, but for your own sake, the more you keep going back to I need, I want, I desire, the more that's what he will operate from: need, want, and desire. It's just very simple. Another thing I want to talk about today is, I know I'm talking about a lot of topics, but there's a lot to cover. Is if you're still focused on what's happening with the karmic. The karmic can be the wife, it can be his job, it can be anything that he's choosing over you in the 3D world. What you are not understanding at this time is, if you cloned yourself, you think you're perfect, you think It's amazing. This connection is amazing because, oh my God, you can read each other's thoughts, you know exactly what you want because you're clones, right? Now, the reason why you made that clone was not so that you can sit and laugh at the same jokes or make love or whatever. It's because one of you could go to work and one of you could do the housework or whatever, so that you could finish your work quicker and then you could have fun together. That would make perfect sense. But what people are desiring before they've completed the karma here or here, they want to come back together and start having the fun. That does not work because that is not yielding the results why we were here, why you created that clone. Please don't say that I'm saying that we are clones, or I'm not saying anything to that effect. I have suddenly found people on the internet love misquoting other people. It's their lack of understanding of analogies do not mean literally that. They are analogies. The analogies I love personally are potty and sex and stuff. And I was just talking to a friend of mine today and I was telling her I wish I could tell them why this inner work is so important. It's like you want to eat, but you don't want to go and clear your stomach every day. The toxic buildup in your body is going to kill you and cause diseases. And the longer you hold it in, the harder and more painful it is to clear it, right? So the examples do not mean I'm meaning that. I'm not saying he's your clone or she, but that's the best way to understand. We're here to learn our individual lessons, complete our karma cycles, which we, in separate lives, we had opened certain apps, and now we have to finish that work, and only then can we shut that app. And Saturn retrograde and Pluto retrograde and all these retrogrades, and next year, the year of retrogrades, is going to ensure we finish the pending work and that we can close those apps, right? So that we can leave and start an actual new phase. So in this phase, what is going to be challenging is those who have got addicted to the drama of, oh, I want this, oh, I don't want this. You need to check within you why you love being in this yes no energy. Are you scared? Do you still feel you don't deserve it? Somewhere, are you keeping that doorway of no open because you're not trusting even now fully the path you're on, the connection that you have? My answer will be go ahead and do some more inner work. And it's like, how much inner work, Nikita? Well, a drill bit does not ask that. It just, this is what inner work feels like. And to you, it seems like I've already done this. Yeah, but now you're going in deeper and deeper and deeper. And till when, Nikita? Well, till you reach the point where you're supposed to reach. Dig the hole deep enough, and then God will pull you out. And that's how you know, okay, that bit of the inner work is over. Surrendering is constantly important because that too takes place in layers. It's like you say, yeah, I'm surrendering, but you're really not. Your heart, your conditioning, your desires, your needs, your wants, all of that is still clinging there. Your energy is still there. You're still wanting to keep tabs, control. So when you are surrendering and when you are saying, I'm letting go, and you actually start, it will happen mentally, emotionally. Your subconscious has to accept it. Your ego body has to accept it. Your cellular body has to accept the truth that you are one, and it takes time. Once you will reach that level of being in unconditional love, of letting go of any desired outcome, even of it's a romantic relationship that I want. I don't care what the label is. You might not want the label, but it is still a kind of label. So, yeah, you have to reach that level, and then people start getting confused with free will and all of that. We'll talk about it. So, constantly keep trying to surrender, keep an open mind, allow the situations that are unfolding to unfold. Things that you think are terrible things happening to you are blessings in disguise. Now that Saturn has gone direct, a lot of you who have been doing hard work, whatever area of your life, between now and December, Jan, I believe you will be receiving rewards. Some are already seeing it in the form of new job offers, transfers, or new friends entering their life, whatever area they've been working on themselves. But some who still have certain things pending because of the shadow aspect of Saturn, uh, it might be taking a bit of time, but it's coming. Jupiter is going to be blessing you. Saturn is going to be blessing you. Then Pluto, who's closing out your largest karmic cycle. If you go back to, I have made two videos on the core wounds. The oldest one, I'm going to label them 1, 2, and then what I talk next, part 3, I'll make a recording. And you are right now closing out all fears, all illusions, all dysfunctions that you picked up from that life. One of them being a lot of the divine feminines felt wounded and felt abandoned, orphaned, rejected, any of those, all of those, when the masculines, for whatever reason, chose work over her. He wasn't choosing work over her, he wanted to do the honorable thing. And that's why it still ticks her off when she hears those phrases. It still triggers her. The only answer to this is accepting that it happened then that way, accepting that that's how it's playing out right now. Stop wishing it was different, the past was different, you never met him, the future should be like this. This is what it is. When you stop wishing, the shift can happen. All these thoughts that you have around and round and round in your mind are actually creating resistance, blockage. It is a way of keeping control. Imagining the desired outcome again and again in different scenarios, if only, you're still trying to dictate the outcome. You're still directly, indirectly attached to a certain outcome. Once the clones have finished their work, what do you think is going to happen? They are going to merge. They just are. The universe does not do things, waste energy, waste time, waste resources. Look to nature. Nothing ever goes to waste. Yes, there have been experiments conducted by the cabal, by alien races, by whoever's. Um, and those experiments sometimes were successful, sometimes failed, sometimes were abandoned. But when the universe creates something, there's never a waste. That is not abandoned. That is brought to its natural completion and fruition. So at this time, keep a check on your desire that to run away, or this is taking too long. He's come back, but he's not showing me the love and passion that I desire. It's not now that he's come back or talking to me. Why is it not going as fast as I wanted to? But he's not behaving the way I want him to. I'm not behaving the way I want him to. Second is about food. Again, if the temptation is just from here, it will pass. In an hour, 2 hours, it will pass. But if it's stays for 2 days, 3 days, the same food group, try it and see what happens. You may need to rest a lot. Coming back to Vaishwas, a lot of Vaishwas are being asked to kind of withdraw from what they're doing. Some of them are being redesignated. Some of them are being redirected. Some of them are being given additional tasks to do. Some are being asked to specialize. So there is going to be a time when those who force themselves to continue doing and going at the pace they are going right now, they may not, it may not be that good for their physical health, and otherwise they might feel overstretched and then they'll have a burnout. I have been asked to withdraw my energies from a lot of groups and a lot of uh, direct interactions with people, even in counseling in that sense, and focus on other things, rework my ideas, my concepts, work more for my channel, um, certain things about my workshops that I conduct to get all my material pre recorded and ready, which made complete sense to me. Um, so, a lot of things, not just in Vaishwas, because what Vaishwas go through, you will sooner or later go through. So, if you're feeling suddenly slowed down, stopped, messages coming to you to take a break, rest, rejuvenate, relax kind of messages coming again and again and again, please adhere, please listen, please pay attention to that. Um, when it comes to your twin, if you remember many moons ago, I had given the example that it's like watching a rom com in rewind, right? In going in reverse. And so now it is like we are in that phase where it's the lull, it's the meeting, it's going to be slow, it's going to help you build, clear. It's like one nanoparticle at a time is being cleaned. It's like if you have a mother-in-law who's really strict with leafy vegetables and she wants you to pluck each one, that kind of detail is happening right now. Okay, if you're someone who's into needlework and in embroidery, in the small cross stitch that you do when you're making those fancy cocktail napkins, and you're trying to embroider on that with the silken thread, and it's like, you need glasses or something to even see where the squares are. So um I think that for right now, yeah, I just want to see if there's something specific they would like me to talk to you guys about chakras, throat chakra. Speak, speak, speak. Your divine masculine might want to speak, but they're hesitating at this time for sure. They're not sure what they can promise you. They are still not understanding how any of this is going to work out, and so they are like, I'm accepting it, but I don't know what to do about it, which is a great progress. It might not feel like that, but it is a huge progress for the masculine. Well, there's definitely a cycle ending. There is, I was just saying, throat chakra. Um, there's the third eye which has been coming, so there tingles, if there's itching, if there's sudden insight, sudden, um, somebody's vibe feels off, or you're doing minding your own business, you're cooking, you're studying, or whatever, and somebody's face pops up, name pops up, just connect and ask them or text them, is everything all right, or were you thinking of me, or something like that. uh, because the more you practice, the more you'll know how your intuition is communicating with you, but you'll be able to see through the illusions of the 3D of the matrix and how you've been lied to by everything. solar plexus, taking your power back and being in true self empowerment. And yes, that does talk about tummy issues, bloating, and all of that, and any which way. Weight gain is right now on the upswing. It will go down. It has nothing to do with your dieting, not dieting, any of that. But certain cycles are definitely ending at this time. You may have to let go of something that you have been working towards, you have been investing in for quite some time, because that chapter is over. So those who have been with false twins, or misunderstanding someone as their twin when they weren't their twin, well, those things might be ending. But also your base chakra, so lower backache, leg pains. A few days back I got the worst leg cramp ever, after years, after childhood, I guess. And it lasted mm, 15 to 20 minutes. It was dreadful, absolutely. But we are not only clearing, we're also anchoring in a lot of new energies, and so that is sometimes taking a toll, and dancing and walking barefoot really helps. Okay, so there are transformations, the death energy, like I said, the sacrifice of what is completing with the Scorpio season, transformation. And of course, yes, there might be a lot of news of people actually crossing over, uh, parents, close people, uncles, grandparents, young people even. Uh, October, November, you may hear of a lot of people crossing over. But for you, what that is your heart is going through a huge transformation. Your way of loving people, equating with people, of how you have been looking at love and relationships, not just romantic love, mind you, any kind of love, of smiling at a stranger is love, holding the door for someone in the office is love, and just texting someone you haven't heard from for quite some time, hey, are you okay, is love. And you're going to start feeling that wonderful expansion, which is going to really solidify and become stable within you. Okay, now at this time, there might be a lot of illusions, delusions. Now you're not so sure. Also, are you going to go back to your old patterns? Are you going to go back to your old way of thinking? Are you going to hold on to the past? What are you going to choose, the past or the future, 3D or the 5D? You have to choose carefully, because you may think you have a lot of options, but the thing is, you already know what is the heart of the matter. Instead of wishing it otherwise, how about accepting it? Yes, exactly as it is. Not when it's abusive, not when it's toxic. Okay, you have to pay attention to your intuition at this time. You may be receiving a lot of answers, epiphanies, guidances, but also we'll all be working on our telepathy with our twin flames. If you haven't already been working on that, certain doors that seem close to you, you may suddenly realize you don't have to go through that door. There's a portal open in front of you if you pay attention to your intuition. All right. Some of you are feeling discontent, bored, or detached. Detached, not in a good way. I'm not saying it. I'm saying as in, I don't want this. This is too hard. This is taking too long. But what am I getting out of this? Any and all of that energy. What you're actually doing is delaying your blessings. You are just turning your back to your happily ever after. You are just giving in to your emotions, which this is temporary. This is one of the important phases when nothing happens. Nothing literally happens. You feel you're in a holding pattern. You feel you've been kicked out of the squadron. You feel you've done something wrong. It's like the air is even gone still. It's that stagnant. And it's a very, very important phase. of this journey. You may, because of this discontentment and boredom, be tempted to look elsewhere, to give in to your old addictions, to give in to harmful situations, to settle for less, to accept being second best, whatever. But what you have to do is move on from these toxic situations. It's also right now coming to me, it is about moving on from certain toxic karmic situations, which is going to be transpiring in the next few days, leading to what? Leading to wish fulfillment. So, why would you question after going through so much, putting in so much? Now, when you're so close to the results, why would you jeopardize it? It's like you're about to hit the diamond mine. I mean, like, you've been digging forever and ever, now you're so close and you're like, okay, fuck it. Don't do that. Don't do that. You just, you have to do nothing after a point. You have to just go with the flow, mind your own business, do what you're supposed to do. And or yes, right now some of the Vaishuas especially are going to withdraw the energies, may not be that available, but then, like, at least with me, I'm very rest assured I've given enough tools to those who I'm working with consistently. They know what to do. It's almost like you're going through your test of, have you learned anything, can you implement those lessons. So yeah, door to romance again. All right. So, like I said, I did get the message here that some of them or you are being asked to move away from karmic situations, old toxic relationships, friends, family, relatives, workplace, um, marriages, where you know that you're there for just comfort, or that for other reasons other than love or well wishes or something, and that contract is going to be ending. Someone is thinking about this here. I'm getting the karmic partner might be, and there are more chakras. Just hang on. The angel of strength. So those who are thinking about leaving their karmic partners, getting out of contracts because those contracts are over. um Sorry, that was my sign. Me talking in sign language. So they're thinking about moving on, leaving, because these contracts are now over, and the angel of strength, Ariel, is with them, is with all of us, in fact, and is helping us through this and to regain balance in justice, balance of what is due to us karma with through karma. Now that Saturn has gone direct to bring us inner balance, outer balance, all of that. Okay, third eye again, and sacral. I was just telling you all about that. So yeah, anything else that needs to be spoken about before I sign off? Anything else? The time for indecision is over. The time for indecision is over. Decisions are being made if they are not already made. And yes, there's going to be a bit of anxiety because the next steps, or the emerging picture, is not yet clear to us. So there is going to be a bit of anxiety, but what is also coming in as blessings is a lot of abundance. Abundance is not just money. It can be whatever you've been feeling, that you felt halted or restricted by Saturn, be it time, be it love, be it sex, or be it holiday, be it money, wherever you felt restriction, there's going to be a sudden harvest and blossoming of abundance in that space of your life. I feel guided to pull out a couple of cards from here. For those of you who are feeling stuck in certain situations, go to my playlist and look for whatever the resonating, the closest to your situation title is, and watch it. I always speak and channeled message are somehow miraculously, I don't know how it works, but damn bang on accurate every time, all right? So when it comes to human logic and everything, things change, things evolve, and there are different outcomes depending on how you looked at things when you were in grade 2, and then when you were in grade 10, and when you were in college, and then as a young adult, and then when you became a mom. Your When it's human logic, it changes, it shifts, but when it's a channeled message, somehow it's always bang on. Yes, I did say this. There is going to be a lot of need for rest and taking a nap, a lot of synchronicity messages through animal totems, images of animals, birds, insects, synchronistic numbers, songs. They're all going to be coming. There's going to be something magical, something very serendipitous, which is going to blow your mind. It's going to be completely unexpected, and which is going to make you very, very happy, 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 happy. I love that card. Happy, happy. And now just few messages. For those of you who have made it thus far without getting shaken off the twin flame journey, kudos. It is not for the faint of heart. I still don't understand why people keep saying, I want to meet my twin. I'm like, manifest a soulmate, girl. You don't want a twin flame. Yeah, it heals you and all that is amazing. Don't get me wrong, but wishing for it, you don't have to wish for it. It's like it's like being forced to take that injection. If you get hit by nail, antiseptic, I don't know what it's called. Yeah, it's time to change the perception. Your perception is going to go through drastic changes. How you have been looking at certain things, the context. You're suddenly going to get epiphanies and say, oh my God, I've been looking at it the wrong way my whole life. I've been looking at my twin as this, and actually it's this. And oh my God, um, for example, when I have spoken not only to a friend of mine, but even to my own twin, when I was like, instead of looking at as who's cheating on who, um, it's the twins you are cheating on with others, not the other way around. And it was just a matter of changing the perception and changing the context. Like I keep saying, misplaced loyalties, the things that you were supposed to do for your masculine, you ended up doing for others. And then when you got a bad reaction out of them, you stopped doing it. The same way, the masculine has been giving his loyalty, his time, his money, his effort, his love, everything to the wrong person. It's a misplaced sense of loyalty because of, but it was meant to play out that way. And again, we are all being reminded to focus on our specialization. This also kind of tells me it is about our soul missions. It's not just about studying or just focusing on getting specialized, which it is. Like I've been um, hearing I have to write again, and I'm like, I don't know what to write about. I'm feeling a bit, but I know it will come to me. But yeah, that means you'll have to put in hours to study, to work on your skill, on learning. Learning always keeps one very humble, and it is always important to stay a student till you die. If you think you know it all, um, we are all here to learn, grow, evolve till our last breath. What is the last thing that flashes before people's eyes before they die is realization. Damn, I should have spent time with the woman I love instead of chasing money. And we are learning even as we die. So stop resisting that at least. Yeah, we have to walk our truth, speak our truth, accept our truth, walk our talk, come into compassion. We all are going to be given a timeout, like a break. And yes, for some of us, there are going to be choices presented to us because, like I had said, we are going to be given clarity about which way our templates have been fixed, which way are we headed, what way are we going. So those things are going to be brought. Clarity is going to be brought to us. So that's why you need to really pay attention to your intuition, to your dreams, to your altered state of consciousness when you are dancing, going for a long drive, or any time when you actually zone out. Focus on where did your mind go, what were the thoughts then. Be very mindful. Like, one part of you should always at all times be observing the other parts of you. Master that, work on that. Don't ask me how, I just know how to do it. All right. So I that was 5151, might be significant for some of us. So if you want to look it up, that would be awesome. So I'm going to catch you all very, very soon. I am assuming that because I don't want to jinx it. Every time I say that, for some reason, my recordings stop. So I leave you with so much love and light, and I do hope if you have resonated with any part of this video, you will remember to give it a thumbs up, comment, because the YouTube algorithm keeps it in rotation and gets it more viewers and subscribers the more I get likes and comments and shares. So please do your best to support this channel and my work. Love, love and light. This is Nikita.